Gotta love this opening. We find out quickly that this lady Fiona is a witch.
I will not put a curse on him. I don't care how much money he owes you.
That's her dad she's talking to, so presumably everyone she's on good terms with knows that she's a witch and it's no big deal.
No, I'm just finishing up a love potion.
No good witch would do a love spell, though. They're kind of unethical. Anyway, a man shows up at her door saying that a friend of hers sent him.
What does Lisa look like?
After confirming that he definitely knows Lisa, she lets him in.
Did she leave you?
Yeah, who?
Or is it someone you've never met but you've seen on the street or in a coffee shop or something?
Sounds like she gets a lot of people requesting spells and potions. But he isn't here for a love potion.
I've got a doppelganger. A double.
I can't help you.
Apparently evil doppelgangers are serious business. He talks about how weird it was, basically seeing himself, but it seemed to want to be seen.
He always waits for me to see it, staring at me.
And eventually it started following him around.
Last night, it was in my apartment. I don't know what to do. I think it's trying to take over my life.
He says that he read that the only way to get rid of a doppelganger is to conjure up a demon. But Fiona wants no part of that.
I'm sorry, I don't do doppelgangers. I don't do great magic at all. I do small magic. It's safer for me and my son. You have to leave now.
But it's already too late to get out of it. So she has him stay there so she can pick up her kid from school to make sure he's safe.
Don't answer the door.
How come you're so uptight, Mom?
We're back.
Yeah, no wonder she wanted to keep an eye on this kid. He's not too bright. Wow, subtle.
Ian! Get away from him. This is Stephen.
Hi.
What are you going to do?
Commit a mortal sin. It's a mortal sin to conjure up a demon.
She's a Christian witch, go figure. Yes, they are a thing. Anyway, she draws some symbols on the floor. We don't get to see it clearly, but it's probably a pentagram, because it's always a pentagram.
Did you know Stephen goes to school too?
Anyway, it turns out that Stephen is taking a college course on medieval paganism, and he may have said a very bad incantation.
This is how you manifest your doppelganger.
I said a few ancient words. I drew some...
You people are a menace.
I have spent my entire academic career proving that people shouldn't believe in this stuff.
You don't have to believe in it. It believes in you.
That kid is just waiting for the moment that he can do something stupid again, isn't he? She sets out some items. These are cool-looking props. I wouldn't mind having that book.
If you commit a mortal sin, don't you burn in hell forever?
Unless God thinks you did it for a very good reason. Mine is my child.
Yeah, apparently doppelgangers go after children, and this one wants hers.
I apologize for involving you in this.
Later, the kid Ian hears voices.
If you have any faith in you, use it to pray now.
I'd like to think that he's genuinely being drawn to the door in a magical way that he physically can't resist, but it's hard to tell, so he just comes across as stupid. There's definitely a presence now, so they get in the circle for protection.
I'm scared.
I won't let anything hurt you.
What the hell are you gonna do, Steven? So now she's going to summon a demon to fight his.
Hebra says demons change their name according to a pattern every 49 years. Let's hope we get lucky.
I think that's a neat detail. You can summon a demon if you know its name, so they change their names periodically. Granted, you can apparently guess their name if you know the pattern, but it's still an interesting trade-off.
By thy name I conjure thee, Belphamelech.
Wow, that's the least scary monster I've ever seen on this show. And yes, I'm including taps.
Demon, change thy form into something more comely. In the name of the Son of God, our Lord Jesus Christ, change thy form, Belphamelech.
1950s greaser it is.
What do you want, woman? Quit eyeballing me, boy. Booga booga.
Be civil, or I'll mention you in my prayers at night.
Okay, I kind of like Belphamelech. Anyway, she asks if the demon is linked with Belphamelech in any way.
Yeah. One of my master's servants plagues him.
Fiona asks him to bring out the demon, but...
I can't do that. I'll be clawed and gutted and left to drip blood for 100,000 years.
That's gonna take some convincing on her part.
A demon can't betray another demon. I won't be able to go back. All the other demons will make my life hell in hell.
Belphamelech is kind of a dork. I definitely like him.
You do as I say, Belphamelech, or I'll inscribe a blessed candle with your name. And I'll burn the candle as an offering in St. Patrick's.
Anyway, they need a canister that got left out of the circle, but they can't get it.
Smells like ammonia.
A demon's coming.
It's Stephen.
Meanwhile, the doppelganger is back, along with Belphamelech,
Tell me its name, Belphamelech.
but he's about done helping them.
How about I make you famous, huh?
And the angel of the Lord declared unto Mary, and she conceived of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, stop it with the Bible stuff. You're killing me here.
I'm with you, buddy.
His name is Draymond.
Saying its name turns it into this goofy little thing. No, he's kind of a cute little hellspawn.
Can I split now, Magica? Huh?
So she has one more favor to ask of Belphamelech.
I'm going to send my assistant across the room to get something. If anything happens to him, I will call you up every evening until the year 2009 and sprinkle holy water on you.
Well, not until 2009. So she sends Steven to get the canister.
Watch.
Well, that was easier than it was made out to be.
Mom, make the thing stop staring at me.
I'm trying to, honey. You just stay in the circle.
She gets Belphamelech to put the demon in the canister.
Draymond!
Off screen, of course, because budget. Then they try to seal the canister shut with wax. Meanwhile, Belphamelech puts some toys outside the circle because he's a dick like that.
Just come on out.
Okay, this time the kid really does look like an idiot. And the tiny little demon gets out and starts pulling on Fiona's hair. That's too funny. This struggle goes on for a while. A little too long, if I'm being honest. Like, how hard is it to basically get a bat out of your hair? Then again, they can't really go outside the circle to help her with that, so they're just trying to hold on to her to make sure that she doesn't get pulled all the way out. Which makes sense, but it doesn't help that the budget seems to dictate that the monster can't be shown in the same shot as the people more often than not, and it just looks kind of awkward and confusing. Especially with how it keeps cutting back to Belphamelech's reactions and they aren't that funny. It just gets kind of annoying after a while. Anyway, Ian, of all people, dumps wax on the canister and that does it for some reason? I guess it just needed to be symbolically sealed? I don't know, whatever.
Destroying a demon makes up for conjuring one. I guess my heavenly tablet is clean.
Can Stephen stay for dinner?
I guess Steven is forgiven for causing all of this since he gets to stay for dinner. But Belphamelech is still around, so what are they gonna do about him?
Got no place to go now. Can't go back there. You need an assistant.
Start dinner.
Huh?
Well, he gets to make dinner. That'll teach him.
Damn. Now she's got me fixing dinner. Yeah, I'll fix you. Fix you real good.
Uh-oh. So, I mostly like this episode. On IMDb, there are a few reviews of some episodes, and sometimes I'll read them just to get some kind of consensus on what others think, and wow, this one gets no love. Like I said, though, I liked it. It's one of those episodes that works because the actors are good, and it's just kind of fun. It's no glim, definitely, but it's definitely no taps either. I like how it starts off as a day in the life of a city witch before things get going, and she's cool in general. Like I said, I also liked Belphamelech. Hell, I even like to say Belphamelech if you haven't noticed. I also like the design of the demon, and I'm not convinced that our first view of Belphamelech wasn't made to look goofy on purpose, considering his personality. Unfortunately, the episode does fall flat for a while when the demon gets out, and there's that painfully long scene where it's apparently just pulling on her hair, and there's a lot of cutting to get around how they apparently can't show the monster and the people at the same time. The reviews do say that the episode falls apart partway through, so I guess I see their point. Also, this kid, if they wanted to make it look like the kid was being physically lured in some way, they did a really bad job, and the kid just looks stupid if not suicidal. Also, that bit with the wax, what the hell was that all about? This episode was directed by Alan Coulter, not to be confused with Anne Coulter, it's more likely to be an episode about her, who went on to direct Sex and the City and The Sopranos. Also 3 episodes of The Golden Years, and an episode of Tales from the Dark Side, of course. This was actually based on a short story by the same name by sci-fi author Maureen F. Hugh, who wrote it under a male pseudonym. Unfortunately, I can't find out anything about it other than it was published in Twilight Zone magazine, so I don't know how faithful this adaptation is. Anyway, Fiona was played by Adrienne Barbeau, and she was great in this. You probably also recognize her as the dreaded Wilma from Creepshow. She was also the daughter on Maude and the voice of Catwoman in Batman the Animated Series. Stephen was played by James Morrison, who was a regular on 24. He was also the warden in the new Twin Peaks season, which I haven't seen yet. The guy who played Belphamelech is mainly a character actor, but the kid was apparently a regular on Dynasty. So that's about all I have to say about this one. It does kind of fall apart near the end, but I quite liked it up until that point, and the ending itself is fun, so I still consider it a mostly good episode. Next up is Satan in the Suburbs. See you then, Belphamelech.
Magic, can I go now? I don't want to be here, okay? I don't need this.